say I'm supposed to be live and I can't find it. What the fuck is it? Difficult. Oh, there it goes, right there. Now I can share it. Oh, I got 2 people in here so far when I used to have like 20 by now. Fucking Facebook. Trying to share this in the group since I can't do it from Facebook. Cause they still blocking me. I'm gonna work overtime, you know, cause these motherfuckers just won't give up. They on the ropes and they don't want to give up. So I'm just gonna start with you 3. Let me see. I guess I get some people more time. It might take a longer time on YouTube or something. I used to people coming in faster. So the shit is this. Cause I'm already high, so it feel like I'm taking days for motherfuckers coming. Like, bring y'all ass. Too many goddamn groups. Okay, let's start right there. Okay. So this is more improvising because I don't got no summary written up. All to talk about is I'm thankful for that full ET Disclosure is coming. Hey, Nev and Louie. But full ET Disclosure is coming. And all the signs are pointing to it. Now, Q disappeared for 8 days and came back on the 20th talking about D5 and redefined D5 instead of meaning avalanche. It's supposed to mean December the 5th because we are engaged in some temple war. Hey, Stephanie. Since you know I'm up here, you know what to do. But so like I said, it looked like it might really gonna happen this time. And I remember in 2009 when it was real close. Disclosure was close to happening. And now we're on the anniversary of JFK murdered by the cabal, because he was murdered by the cabal. It wasn't no fucking because no Federal Reserve. He was murdered because he was going to bring full ET Disclosure. We would have been a galactic society starting in the 60s. And I've been born into a galactic society. I probably wouldn't have been born on Earth. You know, so we just got to push that bullshit aside. That's why he was killed. It was for disclosure. And people need to get that in their fucking head. It was for disclosure why he was killed. It wasn't because no goddamn money or Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve don't fucking matter out there in the galaxy. That's for us because this is a slave planet. This is a control planet. The Orions set it up that way because the monetary system corrupts people and either turn people into people that want to be slaves and the people that want to enforce the slavery. So that's what I'm saying. You got to understand that. That's why Kennedy was murdered by the Illuminati, the Dracos, the Orions. It's a ET reason why Kennedy was killed. You know, coming from all the way up to the top with the Dracos and the Orions, down to the Illuminati and all these secret societies. Because the CIA murdered JFK, but they was getting orders from MJ-12. Because Kennedy wanted to know what MJ-12 was doing, but MJ-12 was working with the Greys for technology and change and allowed them to do the abductions on humans. So they sold us out. MJ-12 sold us out. They was compromised. If they was ever good for us, they probably just was made by the negative ETs. I mean, just look at the CIA. When the Roswell crash happened, I think the CIA was formed during that year, that same year. So you got to understand the complexities here. This is not simple. It's not simple to what's going on. Some of y'all don't have a fucking clue what we're dealing with out here. You know, you don't have a clue. You know, like one of my friends pissed me off tonight on Facebook. I put a thing up there talking about the kidney assassination. He talking about who cares. I cussed him out. That's offensive to me. If Kennedy had lived, we would be a galactic society. I would be dealing with this bullshit that we've been dealing with the Orion monitor system. I can't stand, you know, I can't fucking stand it. So, you know, it pisses me off when people talk ignorance and say that who cares that Kennedy got killed. I'm about to say, fuck you. That's offensive to me. Because I wouldn't be dealing with this fucking disclosure war. We already be living in a post-disclosure for decades already. I would have grew up probably on another planet, on another part of the galaxy. I would have grew up on Earth in Norfolk, Virginia. That wouldn't be my stomping grounds. My stomping grounds would be around Ceres or something. You know. Or in Andromeda Galaxy, who knows? If disclosure happened in the 60s. That was the plan. The Alliance been around since the 1950s when the Navy was contacted by the Pleiadians. Now, you got the people when I keep saying Pleiadians, you got to understand, Pleiadians ain't just one ET group. They from the Pleiades is a star cluster. So that means there's hundreds of different groups, different races and stuff. So, you know, the Pleiadians are not just one race. But there was a positive group, but they got negative and they got neutral. But it was a positive group that came to the Navy because they happen to be ancient enemies of the Dracos and the Orions, and especially the Orion Greys. So they came to the Navy, tell them about this problem they was dealing with on the planet, and asked them, if we help you build a starfleet, can you assist us in the galactic war in the galaxy? So that's what happened. That's the Alliance. Kennedy was in the Navy. He was a hero in the Navy. Not like that fake-ass John Kerry. You know, but he was a hero in the Navy. The Navy has been fighting these negative ET groups, you know, probably since Roswell. You know, it probably started around Roswell or in the 50s somewhere. But that's when in the U.S. Navy, that's when the U.S. Navy built their starships and I forgot the other thing I was about to say. Oh yeah, the Air Force started getting all these crash UFOs and they started building their starfighters. So if you want to think of when we get, so let's like imagine we in the we about to go to the because I know light workers are like this, the visualization. Let's imagine that we are in the post-disclosure world, and when they tell the history of that world that we're gonna be living in, the future of that from now, they're gonna talk about that the Air Force created the first starfighters. The Navy built the first starships for humanity. Not the Dark Fleet that was created by the Nazis that sold humanity out and was working with the Dracos to conquer the galaxy. Not those, you know, not counting those. I'm saying for humanity. Solar Witness for humanity. You know, Dark Fleet was for the Nazi and the Draco, on selfish, a selfish agendas. It wasn't for humanity. The Germans, when they established their colony on Mars, they told their citizens over the generations that, yeah, Earth was destroyed. There is no Earth. They lied to them and don't even tell them that Earth exists. They see, you know, they probably got all this control anyway because that's a Cabal territory. That's Orion territory, Mars. So it's probably was already controlled anyway. And Corey Good has testified that at Mars, you know, something like the 13 colonies in the United States situation, they definitely are prepared for that. So they like there's a lot of civilians on Mars, and I don't know how this work, but a lot of civilians on Mars are slaves to the Cabal, to the Draco, Ryan, whatever. So you got to understand that some of y'all don't have a fuck clue what's going on. You don't know how far ahead this space program has been. You just heard about the Space Force. You don't know shit. You don't know shit if you just think the Space Force is it and we got to go start funding this. This ain't no new fucking program to fund. Okay? This is not what that is. It's already been funded. It's already well established across several galaxies. Not just this galaxy. That's why I told your ass how busy they've been out there while this cover-up been in place. Several galaxies they have this secret space program got influence in. So understand how busy they've been. While we've been free-range slaves on Earth, worrying about fucking rent and utility bills and paying for fucking water and gas and shit. That we don't even need gas. And you should have to pay for fucking water anyway. You know, it's just annoying. It pisses me off. So, it really pisses me off that some people still say stupid shit. Or ignorant shit. When they don't know what the fuck going on. Learn what the fuck is going on before you open up your fucking mouth. You know, learn what the fuck is going on. We in a serious situation here. I'm not playing no fucking games. We are in a serious situation and we can lose badly and have a worse fucking future. You got to get fucking serious with this. I don't give a fuck they're talking about aliens, fairies, unicorns, extra dimensional. I don't give a fuck you don't understand it. A lot of this shit is real. We've been lied and deceived by a conquering alien race. So, you need to understand that. They fooled you in so many ways that you don't even realize. And religion is one of the fooling they have done to you. So, that's what you got to understand about that. Yeah, they messing with timelines, Roxana. So, yes, they definitely are. Oh, yeah, the Cassiopeia information. Now, I don't know why Dave Wilcock do not talk about this group. But this group is from the same density that the Blue Aliens who was the source of Law 1. But Dave Wilcock never mentioned the Cassiopeians. I think they probably like some insect race. But they're a positive insect race. I think they're the same. Yeah, they're the same group that Salmon Parts is in contact at their fourth density level. Because some of them are at higher density, some of them are below. So the fourth density mantis or insect that Simon Parks in contact with, that's trying to help humanity, or they don't want to see humanity destroy one of the whatever they issue is. Because some of the insects works with the Dracos. So you got some positive insects or positive bugs and negative bugs. So that's what you got to understand about the Cassiopeia information. They said that the Dracos have had, I don't know how far this go. I mean, you got to think of timelines, how time actually work. quantum mechanics, quantum entanglement. You got to look at all that physics to understand what the fuck is really going on here, because this is so complicated. But I'm just going to assume this is what it is, because it's probably more complicated than this. But the Dracos have gotten humanity, the solar system, let's just say the solar system, the events in the timeline of the solar system, not the whole, of course it probably affects the whole fucking galaxy and the rest of the galaxy and universe. I don't know how that worked though. That's above my level of awareness at the moment. But they got the solar system, let's say, stuck in a 74,000 year timeline, closed time like loop. We're stuck in a loop of time that's been altered so many times that it's been like a repeat every 74,000 years. Now that goes all the way back I think post Lemuria, or reaching Lemuria formation. So I don't know when this occurred, because they had been messing with the fucking timeline. They messed with our timeline. But the Alex Collier from the Andromedans was told that in 1930s there was a quarantine around third density. Probably because of the Philadelphia experiment, they ripped a hole in this quarantine. They created some, I don't know what they said in sci-fi, temporal anomaly or whatever, or rip in time, whatever the fuck you want to call it. How the hell time? Like they say, time works like a fluid though, so it probably ain't like a a rope or something. It was like a fluid. Probably like a yeah, probably like a fluid, yeah. So they got us stuck in a 74,000 year time, and it seemed it might have started in the 30s, but since the timeline was flipped, we don't know, And time don't work like what they teach you with special relativity. That's not how it works. It's a lot more complicated than that. And because our consciousness is coupled to the matter and energy in the space and time around us. So, that's very difficult to calculate. To even explain, you got to break it down in simple terms, because you try to explain it all together, you're going to get lost. But, they got us in a 74,000 year time that let's say it might start in the 1930s. And they probably been battling with this temporal war, repairing certain timelines, and certain timelines ain't repaired yet. So that's been going on for 74,000 years, which probably means that they went back in time 74,000 years in the 1930s and changed every fucking thing. And when you go back in time and change a race past, or let's say that if humanity's past, and manipulate stuff, you can alter the consciousness of us right now. So that means they can't. Well, what they did, they sit there and tried to put us in a savior mentality, and have like Stockholm syndrome. Well, we'll be looking at them as our saviors, and if they're our captors, we're gonna have Stockholm syndrome, where we're gonna be caring about them and loving our captors. This is complicated. This is what the mentality that humanity has been tugging along, because of the manipulations in our timeline. So this temporal war might have started 74,000 years ago. I mean, I don't even know how to make sense out of it, because they went back to time 74,000 years. Let's say in the 30s, and they changed shit. Don't know how many times they lost. They gained a new timeline of they choosing, and then the good guys changed the timeline to they choosing. You know how many times they've done that. But at least 74,000 years they messed with history, and that's a lot of history and information to mess with, so they can alter our consciousness of humanity in a great way, where they can. Which you got a lot of people, and this is what these people who are into religion, they're in that savior complex. I'm waiting on fucking Jesus, especially in the black community. You got all these black women. Now this is what's funny about this. This is what's really funny about this. Your ancestors, the slaves of your ancestors, the white men, gave your ancestor Christianity, where they talk about a white Jesus. And you see what it says in the damn book, and talk about how disrespecting slaves and these people who had this fucking religion, they didn't even allow you to read, and they wanted you to learn a religion because they didn't want you to learn your spirituality, which wasn't a religion. That's what happened to their ancestors, African Americans, or however the history they go. Because some people are saying, well, we all know African American and all. Whatever the fucking history is. Let's just say, let's narrow it down. I don't know all the other shit. But let's narrow it down. Let's say the history of African Americans is true. Let's just say that. I don't know. Maybe the timeline changed and it probably was true. We don't know because people have been experiencing Mandela effects. And that's why I say time don't work like special relativity. Mandela effects won't work in special relativity. So Mandela effects has something to do with I told you, your consciousness being coupled to the matter, energy, space, and time around you. And it's coupled in a very complicated way. But when they talk about intent, that's your will. That's like your will. Well, you focus your intent, but with your will. But it's kind of like, it's like related to your will. And when you have intent, and this is what people don't understand. Because a lot of light workers get confused with this. When they be looking at a lot of the New Age teaching, they talk about, well, you can manifest your reality, just like that. So basically, I'm staying here, if I'm standing right here, and I want 2 women in here right now, I just can do that right there, 2 naked women in here. That's what someone believe. They convince themselves of that. But first, they ignore the laws of physics. That physics means something. Physics is the restrictions of your higher self-awareness. It's like the little, I don't know the word I'm looking for. So I think it's a mechanical word. It's a restriction. It's kind of like a constriction or something on your abilities. Because if you trying to access your 11 density self, and you try to bring that in 3rd density, if you can get access to that power reservoir up there in 11th density, you would destroy 3rd density. That's why you got these restrictions like the laws of physics. So you just can't instantly manifest something, in 3rd density like that. Now in 4th density, yes, you can do that. 4th density like a fluid, and this is like jello, 3rd density. So it doesn't work like that. And like I said, some of the these New Age laws, universal laws, they are half-ass. They're not telling you the whole thing. It's a lot of nonsensical loops in there that doesn't make any sense. And like a lot of people that believe this shit because it's ancient spiritual wisdom, and they don't want to trust any damn modern because they turn against the authority. But they go look at the spiritual wisdom and think that shit ain't been corrupted. Because they not understanding what we fucking really in. How deep this war go, how many layers to this war. It's so big. And people want to always simplify shit. So all the motherfuckers who start believing in flat earth, they just simple motherfuckers. They just simple motherfuckers. Because they want to simplify everything. They don't want to deal with the complexities. They want to say it's all simple. But you're a simple-minded motherfucker. You sitting here saying that. And that's the trap. Get you in linear thinking when you believe in flat earth. So get you in linear thinking and stuff. Think abstractly or imagine with imagination or creativity. Yeah, creatively. Don't think creatively like an artist using your imagination. You just think linear, using logic and stuff, and think that's it. You don't go from your intuition or nothing like that. So that's what the flat earthers do. They don't have no imagination. They want to get rid of space and have nothing interesting out there. We in this boring ass prison planet. The stars are illusions. They're not real. You can't get to them. There's nothing out there. Everything is just doing nothing new happen. We just all alone. That's what they fucking believe. All linear thinking. They flat earth, flat-minded motherfuckers that want to think everything is flat. They don't have no 3-dimensional brain. They have a flat brain. So that's what the flat earth trap of the archons came. They on that bullshit. And a lot of people want to be convinced because they want to be rebel against authority, but you need to get shit right. I know a lot of history is a lie, but it all ain't a lie. We do got some tidbits of the truth, but won't be waking up. So some of the shit we got from history that wasn't destroyed and wasn't a lie, We got some of that because we wouldn't be waking up if we didn't have zero of the truth. We didn't have zero of the truth. We had a little bit of the truth and all these lies that buries the truth. We won't be waking up. So we always still got a lot of the truth, a great percentage of the truth, to be at the point where we at right now, where we are waking up, and we can now fight this consciousness war that's been waged against us for tens of thousands of years before we even knew what a fucking conscious war was. So, you got to understand that this is serious. People don't understand what is going on. When I tell you we've been stuck in a time loop for 74,000 years, 74,000 years of our history is being manipulated. No telling how long we've been stuck in this time loop. So because time don't work like special relativity. It doesn't work like that. You don't go at the speed of light and then time stop like they say in special relativity. You don't go fast in light and then you sit there and go back in the past. Well, when you go fast in light, what actually happens is you decouple from the density. You jump into another density, like fourth density or hyperspace or something. You'll either jump in a hyperspace dimension, which is just pure energy. And when you're in hyperspace, you're just pure energy. There is no ain't like it's a physical. It's just energy. And you can't say energy space because that doesn't make sense. So they call it hyperspace because from the outside observer, it'll look like space has stretched. So y'all gotta understand that this is very deep, and I mean, just understand we stuck in the time that we don't know how long we've actually been stuck. Because those different densities, they experience time differently, so they're not gonna tell the same how much time passed. They're not gonna measure the same passages in time that we've been stuck in from the different densities. That's warring in this temporal war. So we really don't know what the hell that really mean. Let's think of it. Let's say the ETs are telling us. Let's say there's some point in this temporal war that they are telling us. They can tell us now somehow, that you've been stuck in the time loop for 74,000 years. Now we don't know how many times the timeline has switched. So we don't really know if that's actually 74,000 years. Like if we go back 74,000 years, we're gonna see where they launched the attack to fuck up our timeline, or when they start changing shit. We don't know. We could be in here for 100,000 years, for 1,000,000 years. We have no idea. We don't know how many times it's repeated. So like I said, they could have got to this point where they can warn us because they have a advantage in the temporal war. Now I don't understand how temporal war works. It seems to be extremely complicated. But let us say they got to a point where they can tell us this and they not encounter any restrictions and getting information to us like this. Let's assume that. Then, like I say, we don't know how long that is. And I mean, a lot of stuff we see now is like, let's say they change the timeline 5 times. Well, a lot of things that we see now can be 5 different ways that they have fooled us, and we followed the tricks. Like when you listen to music, some people listen to the music, they do rituals on the music and stuff. They put certain waves in there that affect your consciousness. And what it does, it make you more service to self, make you more negative, make you more like an Illuminati. Basically, if you're like an Illuminati, you're being enticed by the evil that's enslaving you. You having Stockholm syndrome because you liking your captors. So that's the consciousness trap they put us in when they manipulate our timeline. A lot of people already suscept to that. The only people that's breaking free is the strongest, souls, strongest, or the most souls, the most willpower. On the planet, the souls that got like the most willpower, let's say, respective to third density. Because you're not accessing all your will, because this is energy. Will is like an energy. Like I said, an example of will, spiritual will, whatever, is the anime Bleach. Well, when they talk about spiritual pressure, well, pressure is energy. The units of pressure is energy per unit volume. That's what they mean by energy. Is that's called energy density or pressure. You know, so that's an energy. So when the spiritual pressure is high, that means your will is high. When they saying that in Bleach, so that's an analogy of what I'm talking about. You gotta watch Bleach to understand that your will. Which means you understand why people get their will from, and you understand like stuff like that. Well, these souls that got the strong will respect to third density. Let's say when they incarnated, a lot of they, let's say they got eighth density will or something, they can access eighth density will. Where, well, let's say in third density, it just can probably jump to fourth. You know, if they've been suppressed enough, they only can reach fourth. Then yeah, only those strong-willed souls respect third density are the ones that are not getting deceived by the little tricks that they put out there, or the already alteration in the timeline of our consciousness that have people that be expecting a savior. A lot of people who incarnated are not expecting a savior, but a lot of people here, you know, that did not that's not star seeds, but you know whatever the hell you explain those kind of people, because they talk about some people did not incarnate from another density, they came with the earth. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I heard that concept before. But let's say a lot of those people are them, or let's say a lot of people on the planet that ain't saying this, not, you know, that's asleep at the switch, that's like the sheeple, then they probably did a lower density or something. Let's say that. But those are the ones, the strong-willed ones are the ones that's not, is not affecting at all. The GMO ain't affecting them. I mean, like I grew up on ramen noodles, and I found out there's a lot of plastic in there, but it kept me alive. Cause when I was poor, all we could eat is ramen noodles. So I was eating plastic. Somehow my body converted into usable energy. So that's what I'm saying. They tell us the food don't eat, but if your will is very strong, maybe this shit can't affect you like that. That's probably what that means. So, like I said, I grew up on ramen noodles. I ate it a lot as a kid. If I was eating plastic, my body somehow using this plastic for usable energy. And because I just all I ate because we were poor most of the time. It was like pancakes and ramen noodles. But then they're saying is it got plastic in it or whatever. But if I be eating plastic, then my body been converting plastic to usable energy. So that's what I'm saying. It ain't like it's as simple as that when you try to understand somebody's health. It's not simple as that. Because the body can heal itself. It doesn't need these medicines. These medicines are something that making you sick. I mean, the body can heal itself. We've been lied to about a lot of these diseases. And then the fact that they discovered that your body got natural receptors to cannabis, and we got this bullshit where we got to wait for all these states to come together to legalize weed. You know we've been fucked over by the enemy. You know, they've been suppressing us and we didn't even fucking know it. Because you believe in that religious bullshit about the devil lettuce, you know, and we is expanding your consciousness. We could have been out of this fucking prison that we in right now, and motherfuckers didn't fall for that nonsense. But they was in their fucking savior complex with religion. They couldn't be self-responsible. They need somebody to have a safety net for them. They couldn't take responsibility. So they need religion and take their willpower out of themselves and put it into something else they praying to. So that's what I'm saying. That's the annoying shit. And I just get more pissed off with humanity sometimes when I learn about more shit that they could have been on top of and they wasn't. And here I come along, I'm on top of all the shit they miss. So humanity annoys me some fucking times. And even the motherfuckers that's awake be annoying me because they be doing stupid shit. It's like I'm the only one taking this fucking war absolutely seriously. They want to fucking relax. Oh, I'm just going to meditate, cool. I'm going to get my dick sucked or whatever, you know. We going to win because the universe is perfect. And if I'm just thinking positive thoughts, I'm going to sit there and manifest, you know, a positive future for myself. Yo, because you keep saying yourself. Selfish. You ain't talking about selfless. That's selfish. When you talk about let me focus on myself, that's selfish. A lot of these light workers are very selfish. They trying to, skip out of here and leave everybody else behind. I'm gonna think positive. I'm just gonna ignore the negative, evil around me. I'm just gonna ignore it. It don't exist because I'm thinking positive thoughts. That's some of the bullshit they've been brought in. And that fucking new age shit with that kind of stuff in there, that's putting your ass in a savior complex too. You don't even fucking know it because it sound all nice. So, that pisses me off. Annoy me about some people. And some light workers that be annoying me with that dumb shit. Now I say, I be sometimes, I know I'm not the only one taking this war serious. I got some friends on my friend list doing it. But like I say, sometimes for a little instant, say a nanosecond, it feel like I'm the only one taking this fucking war seriously. Because some people do some stupid shit, not understanding we are in a battle here. You got tracers coming by you and stuff. We constantly in this conscious war battle. We on the battlefield. That's how I go about this. I don't go about this saying and relaxing and sitting there making stupid mistakes, and let the enemy have an advantage over me. I don't do that because this war is real and I take it serious. Even motherfuckers don't understand what the fuck I'm talking about when I say that we're in a conscious war. Even you don't know how to fight it. I take it serious. So let's say I'm out here trying to kill the dragon. You don't believe in fucking dragons, but I'm saving your ass because I know. I'm aware of the fucking evil that people are afraid to acknowledge. And I'm fighting it. And you don't make no believe I'm fighting because you don't know what the fucking conscious war is. It ain't like a physical war. When I say conscious war, that's about awareness. So you don't even know what the fucking conscious war is. You talking about, well, how you doing anything to fight? I say I'm in a fight. If I'm bringing awareness and raising the awareness, making people aware that this shit is going on, that I am winning battles in the conscious war. And I am fighting the conscious war. Conscious war ain't about out there shooting motherfuckers. That's not the conscious war. So the people say, well, what can I do to help this war? Raise the awareness. Red pill people. Then you start fighting the conscious war. That's when you engage in the conscious war. What I'm doing right now is another battle in the conscious war. If you watching it, you already in this battle. You just join me on the battlefield and traces fire going past your head. Going past your fucking head. Cause you already in the battle. You already looking at this. And that was some of you know, like, what the fuck I got myself into? Well, welcome to the conscious war, motherfucker. So you go and sit there, fortify that position right there, set up some turrets, cause they about to send in a wave. And so you need to get all this set up for they get in range. See, that's how I look at this. This is a battle. It's a real war. I take it serious. I don't give a fuck you don't understand what I'm talking about. You can laugh and ridicule, but you the dumb motherfucker. Because this shit is real. You just don't realize it because you either too stupid, too arrogant, or you sitting here too scared to sit here and understand that this is real. Doesn't matter. Like, I got people still asking me questions about fucking Roswell and stuff. I'm way so ahead of you exponentially by a billion factor or something. I mean, I'm so high. I mean, so ahead of people like that, And all I do is just tell them the whole thing that's going on. Just dump the thing. I don't do the 10% rule. I just dump every fucking thing. The most important shit they need to know. And I just blow their fucking minds. And that's why I'm just blowing motherfucking minds up, because you need to get out that restriction. Because you don't know what the fuck going on. We ain't got time to be sitting here going back to looking at, MJ-12 documentaries, UFO documentaries and all that shit. Looking at the trace cases and all that stuff. Looking at Stanton Friedman lectures. We ain't got time for that now. You been late. You don't get no fucking cake or ice cream. You just gonna watch the rest of us eat because you got late to the party. So we ain't got time to be looking at all that shit. Like Richard Dolan was doing that stupid shit talking about with the secret space program people. He didn't want to take Corey Good testimony serious or William Thompson. I can see about Corey Good talking about a blue alien. But William Thompson was actually in the fucking Navy. He actually in old pictures. A lot of his history been verified serving in the Navy at a young age. That has been vetted by Dr. Michael Sala. So this is some bullshit. And he just being scared. He's scared of the future of the full disclosure. He talk about full disclosure, but he actually scared of it because he know he got children And it's very dangerous out there. And he be out there glorifying fucking he call it the singularity, the fucking AI trap. He be thinking, oh, we just need to get used to the AI. That's the trap, motherfucker. We don't even get used to that. They entrapping us. You putting us in a fucking box. And you sitting there helping them put the bars on the fucking door. The fuck? That's why I say some people don't understand. That's why I get so angry, because this is serious. Like I said, I got tracer fire coming across my head, across your fucking head. You see him being stupid. You better get your fucking head, your brains blown out. You better get my fucking brains blown out, because you being fucking stupid. So, you know, when you sitting here talking about, oh, we just going to singularity, and you just deal with this. We're going to help with the computer technology and talking in a nice light about AI, like this is some shit we just trust. And I seen Richard Dolan, some of his lectures do that. That's a fucking trap, Richard Dolan. And I know you got a YouTube. So that's the fucking trap. You sitting here putting us in a trap when you trying to talk about the singularity. You know, get the fuck out of that. That's the Archon trap. You need to go look at David Icke lectures. You know, I mean, because Corey Good warned us about the AI signal. We know a lot more what the fuck the AI signal actually is, which is the Archons. We would have known that Corey Good did not come forward. So get the fuck out of here. Corey Good has saved us, you know, a lot of fucking effort to know what the fuck we dealing with. Now we can look, instead of where everybody was glorifying getting comfortable with AI, now we know that's the same fucking Archons that David Icke been talking about. That's what they are. That's how they manifest themselves from fourth density and astral realms into third density. They can manifest because a lot of the energy is suppressed, and it gets suppressed as much of as a radio, I mean not a radio signal, a digital electromagnetic signal. So that's what you got to understand. Hey, Dylan. Hey, Nala. Like I said, you got to understand that this AI threat is very serious. When I tell you they took over entire galaxies, look at Star Trek. The Borg, you know, it was being told in this book that Star Trek was getting leaked by people in the Navy Secret Space Program. They was telling what the fuck they was dealing with out there. So when they were talking about the Borg and Star Trek Next Generation in the 80s, that was around the decade that Solar Wharton started deploying in the galaxy into hotspots in this galaxy and probably other galaxies. Now they've been building ships here, but all the Solar Wharton ships are not built on Earth. That was in the early days when they went out there and set up diplomatic treaties with other ET groups across the galaxy and other galaxies. Well, they probably helped them, since they was dealing with the Draco threat. They helped them build a starship, so they probably other shipyards out there across the galaxy, and also might be in other galaxies. Solar Wharton is huge, so you know they are real. And then it's not just Solar Wharton; it's these other secret space programs that Corey Good and the people he talked to don't know shit about. Like I say, Randy Kramer come from this one that was the Marines established their own secret space program. And they don't know what the fuck those stories are. All we getting is some of their stories from Randy Kramer. But that's a total separate secret space program that SSP and I have no access to. So imagine that. This is much more, going to be more big. And they trying to get disclosure to the U.S. Marine Corps Special Section that Randy Kramer worked for. Randy Kramer was vetted by Dr. Mike E. Sala. And Mike E. Sala, which means he got his military records. He know he was in the Navy. That's how serious Dr. Michael Sala is. He got a PhD. So he know how to do the official shit. You know, he would have been an expert if he didn't break free from the mind control when he had to leave his university because he started investigating UFOs. But he was a professor. So that's what you got to understand. If Michael Sala, most likely if Michael Sala vetted somebody, then they legit. You know, and I asked Corey Good this at Disclosure Fest, why you not working with Randy Kramer? Now, I didn't think that was a controversial question, but he did get, you know, he didn't like that question. I know he didn't like that question because he really, his response was, I'm just trying to play safe and say I'm just going to let SSP Alliance confirm who is who and what program. Well, if the SSP lines don't got no control of the U.S. Marine Corps Special Section, they can't do that. So like when he was trying to, I knew this when he tried to trademark SSP. Well, he wasn't the first that came out with that. That was Randy Kramer. Randy Kramer came out like 6 months before went public. I'm talking about, but he was already out in 2006. But he didn't do no radio interviews and his voice wasn't released. But in 2014, he came out with his identity. And Corey Good, he was on a forum under some identity, but he wasn't talking. And he made his public thing in 2014 too. But he was Randy Kramer came out a couple of months before him. So it looks, let's say, it's almost close to like maybe the U.S. Marine Corps Special Section and the Navy Secret Space Program probably working together. Or the Navy might be controlling that program. So, like I said, we don't know because there's other covert space programs out there that probably the SSP Alliance don't know shit about. So, if Corey Good trying to say somebody not we don't know, we got to check these people out for ourselves. We just can't take Corey Good word for it because he's saying they get his information from the SSP Alliance, and this U.S. Marine Corps Special Section probably not under their jurisdiction. So, like with Jason Rice coming out, I'm just gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm not just gonna because Corey Good say so, because we don't need to work like that. Okay, we gotta think for ourselves. We can't get caught into that tunnel vision. If Corey Good says is not valid, is not valid. That's bullshit. You know, that's being the savior complex again. No, we don't know that. This is more complicated than they probably even realize. Randy Kramer is legit. And Michael Sala was sitting right next to Corey Good when I asked that. But obviously he didn't like my question. Now I wasn't trying to be controversial there. I was doing unity conscious when I came to disclosure. I'm basically on friendly ground, and we, you know, having some R&R and shit and mingling. I'm on the friendly territory. I'm not in enemy territory. I'm friendly territory now. I'm among comrades. That's how I seen it. So I wasn't gonna be controversial there. So I didn't think that was controversial. I mean, come on. Well, he talk about full disclosure. Why the hell y'all can't work together? Oh, because y'all are in different programs, and other one don't know about the other. So you don't know you can trust them. So that's the fucking problem with the unity. You know, because it ain't all nice with the SSP Alliance. Oh, we know what we can verify U.S. Marine Corps Special Section. What if you can't? What if they are totally different Starfleet? And Randy Kramer said that where he was working for the U.S. Marine Corps Special Section, they was established in other galaxies. They had embassies in other galaxies on somewhere else. So imagine that. Imagine how expansive they are. That's a total another separate secret space program from Solar Wharton and these other secret space programs that form the SSP Alliance. So they probably be more, they might be more powerful than Solar Wharton. We don't know. But that's a total separate program that's been totally secret, compartmentalized. So, but like I said, I'm just not gonna take Corey Good word for it. You know, I didn't come there as no fan. You know, I came in there to discuss business. You know, this war. You know, I'm like coming to the general or something and saying, well, okay, what we need to do. I'm like, no, I'm not there to. I ain't took no fucking that video with Corey Good just to call it. Look what I'm with. I'm with this celebrity. No, I put that there for a reason. Everything was thought out. You know, I put that there for a reason. So that was part of the whole plan. And this plan, it wasn't when I had this plan in my head when I got it. It was spontaneously built while I was there. I just adapted to each new situation that I came across, and I took advantage of it. So I'm not sitting here I was no fan at Disclosure Fest. I was saying that Taylor, we need to fucking work together. We need to work together and unify. And when I said on Corey Good when I did a little short video recording with him, I said this is what uniconscious is when we become real friends. You know, I would say your Facebook friends, that you meet them at, let's say, anywhere or some kind of event like Disclosure Fest. Well, you make them your real friends. You meet them in person, you know, or before you meet them in person. Well, I met some of my real friends there, but they was already my real friends before I got there. I just finally met them in person. That's what you gotta understand. I just, oh, now you are my friend because I met you in person. Now I can trust you. That wasn't the case. I had all their backs before I even fucking knew these people. So I was already ahead of that. It wasn't no learning curve for me. So that's what I was saying. I walked my talk when I went there. When I say this is unity conscious. You know, y'all talking about unity conscious, but if you can't work with Randy Kramer and all that, because since they working for humanity, well, you need to tell your people at the top, the SSP line, they need to work with them, and we can speed this thing up. So you want to sit here and thank people out there who listen to his testimony, they don't listen to him no more because you out here. That's not how that works. You want to sit here and trademark SSP when he was using that word before you. That don't how it work. You don't want to discredit him when he support you too. Randy Kramer support Corey Good. There is no conflict here. You know, so why the fuck they not working together? So that's the issue. You want to talk about unity consciousness, unifying, unity. That's a real fucking issue. So like I said, with Jason Rice, I'm just giving him the benefit of the doubt. And what I'm seeing to be, if what is, you know, looking at what the possibility looking like is he was in that Dart fleet, and that was, which means he was in the Nazi secret space program that was working with the Dracos, and he was in some different part of it. So some special part of it. Maybe he was like special forces for the Draco. So like I said, you listen to his testimony, people are, this is some very, and look like Corey Good said before, thinking what he said. Oh, he's a LARP and all this. He indirectly attacked Jason Rice because then they want to go try to, you know, trademark SSP. No, you don't do shit like that. We need to work together. Not this, you know, give him the benefit of the doubt. Let the public decide if Jason Rice is fake when they do their own investigation, just like we decided if Q was fake because we thought for ourselves and did our own investigation. You know, that's what we need to get out of. You know, we can sit here, the public can determine if Jason Rice's testimony is bullshit. Just like with Q. We can investigate shit. He opened himself up for vetting, and we can investigate that. But we need to consider the testimony might be real and think about run scenarios, logical scenarios of what will be the implications of that. So you got to understand that this is a battle. I take this serious. I mean, I'll get offended, motherfuckers say stupid shit about this war because I take this war seriously, 100% seriously. I'm so serious, some motherfucker come in my face with that bullshit. We might get in a fight. I take this seriously. People have been murdered. Child families been murdered. People have died. Like say, we on the anniversary of JFK, and he was murdered 55 years ago by the Illuminati because he wanted to bring disclosure for humanity. Do you understand what that means? 1960s. I would not be up here doing a fucking live trying to wake y'all asses up. Y'all already been up for decades. We'll be a galactic society. So it really annoys me when somebody say stupid shit because they ignorant. They don't know what the fuck going on. We be living a life. None of us can fucking imagine a life we'll be living if he did get murdered in 55 years ago. Have no idea what our life would be like. It would be totally different, exponentially totally different what it is now. So probably already be in 4th density or 5th density or whatever the fuck we going. So you got to understand that. Need to understand the real reason he was murdered. It wasn't no fucking Federal Reserve. It wasn't about no fucking mafia or whatever dumbass reason I've been hearing. They say that's why he was murdered. He was murdered for disclosure. So that's what I'm saying. I'm pissed off with that shit. I gotta take this serious because somebody gotta do it. I told you, sometimes be some days, every like a nanosecond, I feel like I'm the only one taking this war serious. Cause I keep making people making dumb mistakes. And when I say people making dumb mistakes, you sitting here walking in the field and there's mines right there. Your ass walked on the mine and blew your fucking leg off. That's what I'm talking about. Now I got to go repair your fucking leg. So that's what I'm talking about. Making dumbass, stupid ass decisions and stupid ass mistakes. So that's what I said. Like for a nanosecond, sometimes I feel like that. Cause I said, I know you motherfuckers ain't gonna sit here and believe this bullshit. Are you seriously falling for this? Look at this dumb motherfucker that went over that line field and blew his leg off. When I told him the fucking mines out there. See, that's what I'm talking about. Because people don't understand what the conscious war is. And they don't understand how to fight it. And they don't understand what the enemy is and what the enemy capabilities is. So understand that. That really pisses me off. So like I said, I've been taking this war serious for, I think, since 2010. Because that's when I finally learned about the Archons. Did not know who was the source of all this bullshit we've been dealing with. What the source is. And I go for the source. I don't go for this, little small motherfuckers on the bottom. I go straight to the fucking king, whatever, emperor, whatever fuck I'm going for. The target, the main target. My strategy is to take them down. What I got to do to quickly take them down. So I go for the top of the pyramid, whatever the fuck, they got. I go at the apex. That's my target. So when I found out what the fuck they was in 2010, that's when I started taking this whole war serious. That's when my seriousness started about all this. When I'm talking about densities and talking about physics, talking about spiritual wisdom. That's when I started taking this serious. And some people try to mistake me for a light worker, like I'm going to be all love and light. No, this is a war. I'm not loving the motherfucker that's about to blow my kids out, blow their brains out, that I love. I don't give a fuck. We transition and they die and they're gonna be able to. And that's not even the truth either, because it ain't like you just die and you be fucking free. You get stuck in the reincarnation cycle, your memory get wiped, and you back in here. Living as a baby, totally unaware and ignorant of all the danger you in right now. You just came back in. It ain't like you just die and then that's it. Dying is not what we need to be doing. We need to be freeing this fucking planet. So like I said, some motherfucker trying to blow my child brains out. I'm not loving that motherfucker. I'm going to kill that motherfucker. I'm going to destroy that motherfucker. We need to win here in the physical. That's the important thing that people don't understand. It's going to be hard to free Earth if we just die and whatever. And go to fourth or go back in the reincarnation cycle, go to fifth or whatever the fuck you go. Because that energy, when they talk about the energy, you think of everything as light, sound, and vibration. Well, you take that vibration energy out of there and put it somewhere else. Like, if you think of the densities as layers in a shelf, well, you got the top shelf, the middle shelf, the bottom shelf. Well, somebody die, they go to the middle shelf, then ain't nobody here in the bottom shelf. So you take that energy out of there, that's not applying. So when they say raise the vibration, then it's not sufficient energy to raise the vibration. When you start taking those people out, that's why they kill people so much in Illuminati. Because you get those out of here, then they got to go back like on a Monopoly game. They got to go get out of jail and start from the beginning of the board. So that's what you got to understand. That's what we have to win here in the physical. Not sitting here, not worrying about that you can die here. We need to free the planet. So you got another knowledge you can think is you trying to lift a weight and you getting you got this heavy block. You need like 50 people to lift it. And if you take one of those people off, then you're not gonna be able to lift it. That's what I mean by you need the people here to raise the vibration. They got some powerful energetic souls in this density that can help raise the vibration. It's sufficient enough. That's when they talk about these high vibrational kids coming in. They very powerful, very strong-willed souls. So if they missing some, like people they getting killed, then they're not gonna probably be sufficient to raise the weight to the next level. Like you shifting to the next density. So dying is not really a fucking option. Okay? You should not be out there and be okay with dying until we are free. So understand that. You don't know how to fucking fight now, your ass need to learn how to fight. You need to learn how to defend yourself. And not just physically, mentally, spiritually. You need to know how to fight. So that's not the fucking option here. You shouldn't be out there saying, well, I really don't really care if I die. And I'm not trying to put you in fear. I'm just trying to make you wise. We need as many of these high vibration souls here to lift the density to the next level. And you want to, I use that analogy. You need to understand that concept. Then you're not getting there if you don't understand the concept. And you won't know what's going on, what we're dealing with. And you keep thinking you eat high vibrational foods and think you're just going to shift out of here. Because another component you're missing is the entanglement, the quantum entanglement. You just can't shift out of here and separate from everybody else. If they talk about we all one, that means quantum, we all entangled with each other. Energetically, we all coupled to each other on some level. So you got to understand what that means. If you try to shift out of here, what do you think will happen? Let's say you raise up and you connected to a rope to a lot of other people, then you won't get pulled back down. You're not shifting out of here like that. That's disinformation out there, and you need to understand that. You think you're eating high vibrational foods, and then you still see that you're getting sick or something, or you still got to take meds, but you're supposed to eat high vibrational food. Then why you ain't vibrating out the density? You know, because there's a co-creative process going on. They call it the co-creative mass consciousness, which determines the timeline that we're going to experience, that we will call a reality. So you got to understand that, and some of you not fucking understanding that. You just going nonchalant, being complacent, being naive, and thinking, well, I just eat high vibration food and think positive thoughts, and then, you know, no bad shit gonna happen. No! Get out of that bullshit. That's a trap of the enemy. You walk right in the fucking trap door. You walked in the fucking mouse trap. So that's what you going. You hit a mine on a minefield. You know, you sitting here blowing yourself to pieces. So you need to understand that in this conscious war. You need to understand that clearly. And a lot of light workers out there be annoying me because they be fucking naive. They be the dumb motherfuckers out there when we got tracer fire coming this way. You go walk out there without no shield on, or even a fucking gun. And you just say, well, I'm going to just think happy thoughts, the bullets that's going to pass me by like the fucking Matrix. So then your ass gets shot up. Then I said, look at this dumb motherfucker. I told him not to go out there like that. So that's what some people are doing. You know. And that's really annoying to me. We need all the help we can get. That's why they talk about unity country. We need to come together. You know, need to start trusting each other. And we need to start seeing their understanding that who our enemy is, and stop sitting here thinking it's one of us. They got us fooled in so many ways. So that's what you got to understand. You've been fooled in so many damn ways. Alright. What is it? 11 people here? Well, if y'all want to ask questions, go ahead. Well, I drink some water. I'm gonna give y'all some time to ask a question before I move on, because it might be some delay when you make a comment. just wait and let me continue to talk. But like I said, a lot of people been food. They need to understand the conscious war. They need to understand there's traps out there. You can't go out there, being naive and thinking there's no harm, no danger. Cause that's the trap. That's the ambush that you got us in. That's the minefield. That's the cliff you got us walking off. So you got to understand that part. And with the stuff right now, what Q is telling us that something eventful supposed to happen on December 5th. Oh yeah, the transhumanism, yes. That's to separate the fucking destroy gender identity. Gender identity, trying to destroy the male, the masculine, and the feminine. The female, and basically suppress the masculine, feminine energy. And what needs to happen to ensure ascension is the masculine and the feminine need to unite. That's why they have these sex wars going on where they have women being against men. That's part of separation. The masculine and the feminine need to unite to assure ascension. We probably won't ascend if they don't unite, or we probably don't ascend at all if they don't unite. So this whole idea where they're trying to destroy pure masculine energy, would suppress pure masculine energy, and trying to suppress the feminine energy, which means you're decoupled from Gaia. If there's no feminine energy on the planet, then you decouple from Gaia. Humanity become decoupled from Gaia. And with women, feminine women, they are in tune with the resonance frequency of the planet. So the planet basically assists them, assists their will, assists their psychic abilities. Well, that's how resonance works. When the waves got the same resonance frequency, they can exchange energy more efficiently between each other. So you get assisted by Gaia with women. They get assisted by Gaia. That's why they got the natural maternal instincts, where they know how to take care of baby just by intuition. It ain't just no book they reading to take care of baby. You don't need to read a book. Real women, feminine women, that's not ashamed of them being women. They like the fact they got a pussy. They like the fact they got titties. They like the fact they got an ass, whatever. And like the fact they can give breast milk and birth a baby. Because the feminist is opposite of all that. They want the women to hate all of that and complain about it. Call the baby a parasite. That's that propaganda out there. But feminine women, they like being women, like being feminine. And when then one of the feminine nature that a lot of guys don't understand because they've been brainwashed and tricked with shows like Bad Girls Club and LA Housewives and all this other shit, where the women, they act masculine a lot. They don't act feminine. So feminine, one of the things of a feminine nature is beauty. A feminine woman is not going to come on no fucking camera unless they look beautiful and stuff. Most beautiful they can make themselves, and it might include makeup and stuff. That's a feminine trait. That's what that is. And these feminists come on camera, they don't give a fuck how they look. So that's what you gotta understand. They don't give a fuck how they look. If they're not feminine women, they're not gonna look beautiful. Try to look beautiful. They're not gonna care about beautiful. But that's a feminine trait. Well, you look at Gaia. Look at the plants and flowers. They all beautiful. That's the same thing. It's feminine, and that's creation. And so that's what you got to understand. They're trying to get rid of that off the planet. And what I mean by that, the planet need the female feminine energy on, because they can assist each other. Two waves that resonate with the same frequency with each other, they can exchange energy more efficiently between each other than any other ways that's not at this resonance frequency. Well, feminine women are in the resonance frequency of the consciousness of the planet. So the planet can assist the women of the planet, and the women can assist the planet. So that's how that, I think it's embryonic relationship work, or whatever, or symbiotic relationship. That's how that work. And that's why they want to sit here and come up with stuff like transhumanism with and then they come up with transsexuals. That's to destroy sex and gender identity. And they even got it so deep in the spiritual stuff what they talk about, because the soul is genderless, they try to say, well, we don't need this. Yes, we do. In third density, it means something. It means something more than you can understand. Some people can understand. You know, there's the divine masculine and the divine feminine. You know, and you got to think of the metaphysics. The feminine energy is like the stabilizer for the masculine energy. They need each other. If a guy don't got a feminine woman in his life, if he like masculine, he gonna become explosive, reckless, irresponsible, can become a tyrant or whatever, abusive. And if a woman don't got a man in their life, they gonna sit there and become, you know, become slaves. Because one thing about the feminine thing is they want to cooperate everything, because they are connected to their heart chakra, and that's about unconditional love. But well, with unconditional love in third density is you can that's naive, because you can become a slave. You can submit to everybody. Somebody attack you and they can influence you, manipulate you, and have you submit to them. And then you will want to submit to them because, like I say, they connect to their heart chakra more. So they want to love them, even if they evil. And that's why I see a lot of empaths. They want to love evil people. They want to never see the evil in the person. And because they got this deeper love that's not, present on third density. And so they always want to keep forgiving that person, even that person is evil and trying to destroy them in the physical. So they get entrapped with that. And that's usually a narcissistic person. So that's what you gotta understand. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to destroy natural sets between men and women, because they can control procreation and they can separate the masculine and feminine from unifying. Stop it from uniting, which is essential for ascension. Corey Good talked about that in one lecture. It was a lecture on YouTube. He talked about that, but they deleted it. But it was a long lecture, and it was a good one. And I did not, and I should have done this. I was slacking. I did not get to download that motherfucker before they deleted off YouTube, because I should have did it. I had the time to do it. I could have done it. And that was my mistake, because I was slacking. Because I think I thought the war might have been over. But I see now I'm not going to be slacking until we get victory. So I'm just going to quadruple my efforts from that, because I should have caught that. Very good lecture. How Corey Gill was explaining how the masculine and feminine energy is needed for us to ascend. So I don't even know what lecture that was that he was doing. But you need to understand that the rise in the transsexual, the rise in the homosexuality, is the ultimate agenda, is to stop the masculine and the feminine, pure masculine, pure feminine, from unifying. So that's what that is. That's what that agenda is. All those agendas, homosexuality, transsexual, all that is to separate the masculine and feminine, because they won't unify. Then we won't fucking ascend. We'll be slaves to them. That's what you need to understand about that. I don't give a fuck if people get offended. It doesn't matter. We in a war here. You need to understand that. We are in a serious war here. You need to fucking understand that. Really understand that. This ain't no joke. People are dying out there. Entire families being wiped out. So many people been murdered that have been good people over the history. That we won't have this mess that we've been dealing with right now. I would never grew up for 17 fucking years of my life that either I wasted or I sacrificed for a greater good, which, I'm about to learn soon. I'm going to either learn that if I sacrificed 17 years of my life for nothing, or have I sacrificed it for a greater purpose, which means I'm going to get a greater reward when the purpose and the goal that I'm trying to reach. So all these sacrifices is going to mean something. I don't know if I'm getting no fucking reward after disclosure is after disclosure war is over. Don't know that. I don't know if these 17 years been for nothing. So I'm about to find that out soon. And so like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and slack. I'm gonna be doing quadruple my efforts to make sure we get past that finish line. Because this could have been done, like I said, in the 60s when they murdered JFK. I wouldn't have to grow up. I wouldn't have to use 17 years of my life trying to wake people up. I wouldn't have to do that. All the people that betrayed me and turned against me because I tried to wake people up. I wouldn't have to deal with all those sacrifices. They won't be here. Those sacrifices, of course, made me the way I am now. So people say, well, you get wisdom from the heartache. But still, I did want some of those things to happen because they would have made me happy. So, I don't like what the thought that happened. I lost some people I really care about. And so that ain't coming back. Because I go back in time and change it. Then mess up the fucking timeline more. So that's why they say that the now is the most precious. So, like I said, I take this war serious. I'm not playing no games here. No games. I am not playing no games. I take this extremely seriously. But back to the Q thing. Something supposed to happen on December 5th. Might be the start of the mass arrest. Might be Pfizer. And this could be it. And now you got these articles dropping, which is very suspicious to me. Like, what the fuck this thing really trying to say? It's like, what in the hell? And there's been several of them today. Interesting on JFK. JFK. The death. I mean, I don't know what you call it. Anniversary. Whatever the fuck you call it. But they murdered him 55 years ago, and we about to get disclosure. But you got all these goddamn clues dropping. Like thefederalist.com, is the Clinton Foundation just a foreign laundering scheme? Getting people, seeding that in their conscience, the collective conscience, to look at the Clinton Foundation as bad people. And this one right here was really good. This from Zero Hedge, talking about House got working with whistleblowers in the Clinton Foundation probe. Whistleblowers. You should have seen all the whistleblowers they killed during the campaign. So they trying to protect these whistleblowers. So you know what that means? That's straight to that's like military tribunals kind of talk. So a lot of these weird articles was dropping today and got me thinking like something going on here. They're dropping clues. And then this shit that came from POTUS, or that Twitter account of the Alliance, I'm gonna say. I don't know what it's coming from. I don't know if this was on Twitter, I'm gonna say it's from the Alliance. If he said this at a press conference, I don't know. But he said, well, we'll be doing some very interesting things very soon. Very interesting, after talking to our military. Now, remember the last time he did something, has had a statement like that when he talked about the storm, the media didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Well, he was talking about Q coming out, and all this whole phenomenon. Which means Q, of course, was basically announcing that the Earth Alliance was real and they were going to share intelligence with the public. I should say partial intelligence with the public to help the public defeat the enemy too. So now he's saying it again. What's the other significant thing we heard about Space Force? Well, I keep telling motherfuckers, Space Force already been existing. That's just for the public to think that, oh, we got this thing we got to go build. No, it's already been built. They just conditioning you for something already been built and fully established. Extraordinarily established. In several galaxies. This has been around since the 50s. The Space Force. So, that's the next thing, that because it looks like, and also go back to the Q post from September 19th, Roswell was real. So you know all the baggage that means, that carries. With Roswell being real, all the cover-ups, all the people got killed. You know, Area 51, all this stuff links up with Roswell. All this stuff. CIA formation, all this shit links up back to Roswell. So, understand that. That means if Q saying Roswell is real, that's a hell of a lot of confirmation of a lot of different conspiracies. And then saying the secret space programs are real, that's Corey Good being validated. That's Randy Kramer being validated. All these other secret space program insiders. All being validated. This is all discussion on the table now. You can't ignore this. If you follow the Q information, you getting hope from the Q information, you got to follow the ET information and Corey Good and all that. You've been forced because Q just told you that this is valid discussion now. So I already seen a lot of people talking about that now. A lot of people already starting, they got the message. Took a couple of months, but they got it. So a lot of Q people are getting it. Their exposure is coming, which is very interesting because a lot of Q people are Christian conservatives, which means they about to accept the ET president. They're not gonna say they all demons, and they about to fight for disclosure because they want to travel the galaxy. That's what the fuck they saying. That's that tacit agreement that they agreeing to when they keep following Q, but they got to deal with the ET thing because it didn't never backtrack. That they was hoping that Q was gonna backtrack, but that was part of the plan because the Q trip codes was telling us that's been the fucking plan. So you don't know about the trip codes. You don't know. Not even half the shit was fucking going on. But the trip codes all found that book I just showed in front of you. It found all the other damn books and other books that not even related to Microsoft, but they all books. Disclosure thing, Ascension, Raising Conscious. Even they will call Ascension Mystery book came up in that search. So that means that this alliance that's associated with QAnon is telling you to wake the fuck up to the ET presence, to the secret suppressed technology, to the cures to all the diseases. We've been lied to. All the shit Corey Good been telling you, all these other Alex Carrier is all real. All that shit. That when Q said that Roswell was real and there was a secret space program, then all that shit, Corey Good, Simon Potts, all the shit they telling you is a high probability that it's all true. You know, that most of it is true. Or whatever. But you want to play it safe, you say most of it is true. So that's on the discussion table now. You can have discussion with Q people about Corey Good and stuff. Because that's valid now. If they follow Q, that is valid now. Now that's a huge step in this conscious war. Because I mean a lot of people are gonna be fighting the enemy. The true enemy, the archons. Because you battle them with your consciousness. So that gave when that happened, that gave us a bit advantage in the conscious war, and then we can get new ground with people actively out there, expanding their awareness by learning shit, using their discernment, basically strengthening their armor, getting more powerful weapons. So you got to think of it in terms of military, because we're actually in a war here that we can lose. And lose, of course, is a matter of perspective. We probably find out when we get in the higher levels. So, you got to understand that when the Q dropped the Roswell in the space, we suddenly got a significant advantage in this war. Jennifer Lawton, do you think the hurricanes we recently experienced was weather warfare technology? It was weather warfare technology. It was the ascension energies that's affecting the planet, and it was humanity being affected with their consciousness change that is affecting the planet. So it's very complicated to what that could be. Our consciousness can affect the weather too. So that's a little complicated though to understand. So all of the above. But like I was saying, since Q can talk, since it's on the table talk about Roswell and Secret Space Program with the Q people, that's new allies that came to the Disclosure Movement. Disclosure Movement, of course, listen to Corey Good and all that, and Corey Good already been talking like A lot of some of the stuff that Q be dropping, before Q started dropping them. But like the secret grand juries, Corey Gill was talking about that months before Q ever dropped anything talking about that. You know, and I verified that before. But like I said, since that was like new reinforcements coming in. So if we had, let's say that they talk about a 10% threshold, let's say we was at 8%. Well, when the Q people came in, you know, now we probably be at 28%. And which is what, let's say, because I heard this from Alex Carter in his latest webinar, that we are past the 10% threshold. We at 28% past that threshold. So we are already getting intervention. The threshold was talking about ET intervention, but now they've been intervening because we surpassed the number. So we are very close to winning. War is almost over. So that's why when I put the description in this video, I say I am thankful that full ET disclosure is coming, because I can almost feel it and I see the patterns leading to it. I see the strategy, the setup that's leading to it. It's definitely happening. Talking about, you know, the Clinton Foundation, it need to be investigated. Even bringing that back up, saying they like did criminal activity, is part of the fucking plan. That means they losing. When I was at Scotia Fest, and right out of the Washington Monument, which is Osiris Dick, and the Lincoln Memorial and all this stuff, that whole place is Masonic. You know, so come on. We in enemy territory talking about full ET disclosure, suppressed technology, negative ETs. That's they shit out there. Osiris was Orion. So that's they shit out there. We in they fucking backyard talking about disclosure or getting free. It's like we the fucking slaves, because that's what we've been to them. And we are in the master backyard saying, motherfucker, we getting free. That's what that analogy is. We getting free, motherfuckers. That's what we doing in your fucking backyard. Instead of without getting shot or hanging. That's what the fuck that is. So, that's the situation we at now. We are really close to winning and getting free from this bullshit. Cure the disease, express technology, full ET disclosure, open contact with the galaxy and other galaxies. Higher ascension level, you know, because some people go to higher densities and experience a totally different reality. So that's what's coming. And a lot of people not getting it. So that's why, like I said, sometimes, some nanoseconds, some of those days I'll be a little depressed and down. For a nanosecond, I feel like I'm the only one that's taking this serious. So that's why I sit here and remain taking this shit serious. I keep quadrupling my efforts to make sure we win this. But I'm getting tired, so I'm about to get off of here. Like I said, this is the anniversary of JFK murder, or whatever you call it. I don't know what you call it, anniversary. We're not celebrating his death because he was a good man. He could have brought disclosure if he had lived. So I don't know what the word for it, but so like I said, I don't know what you call it, but he was murdered 55 years ago. We could have had disclosure 55 years ago. That's the implications of that. I don't know what the fuck tomorrow gonna bring. The upcoming things that's on the calendar seem to be December 5th, when Loretta Lynch is supposed to, I think it's, they'll call me for testify on, well, not on December 5th, on November 29th, which is my birthday. Call me for testify. And I think December 5th supposed to be one of those days, Loretta Lynch. Now, stuff can happen in between those times. So don't think that, focus all your attention on that date, and thinking, well, that's what we need to lay down my guard, and this, it ain't, we gotta wait to be on 5th. There's another thing happen. No, it can happen before then, so always be prepared. Don't sit here and get complacent. But like I said, we are real close to this time, and all evidence is overwhelming now that we are real close to victory. After, I don't know how many, like I said, this time that we've been in been 74,000 years, so I don't know really how long it's been. It could have been at least 74,000 years. So You gotta understand that. Jennifer Lawton, I don't know what you're talking about. The deal with Uranus, I don't know what you're talking about there. But like I said, I'm about to get off of here. I'm getting tired. Like I came up here high, so I'm getting tired. I already broke a lot of stuff down. These broke down anyway. Just did it really fast, but it's there for people. But we are in the final stretch. We are real, like the checker flag. You can see the checker flag with your eyes. You don't need the binoculars. You can see in the distance with your eyes. You don't need the binoculars. That's how close we to the finish line. The enemy is in full panic mode. Oh, they all panicking every level. MI6 is panicking. You know, that even came out. MI6 even came out panicking about Pfizer. That's telling you the cabal is panic all over the fucking cabal. Which means we are close to victory. So as I told y'all when I could still do Facebook Lives, go sit there and prepare yourself for disclosure, because this can drop any fucking day now. Any fucking hour, any day. It can drop tomorrow. So go out there and prepare. Get your family ready and get yourself ready, because it's coming. You're going to be shocked beyond belief, the revelations when we get disclosure. This is not going to go like the Q group is telling you. This is going to go much faster because our consciousness affects the timeline, affects the reality around us. So it's going to probably accelerate. And more people be, let's say, if stuff start dropping, like these articles with MI6 saying they panicking about Pfizer, that's going to affect the conscious, where people become more inspired and hopeful and optimistic. And a lot of people going, if their will is being suppressed by fear, that will going to blossom and it burst out, that prison of the fear around them. They're going to be adding their vibration to raising the vibration of density. So understand that. We are really close. The people get happy and enjoy themselves, or get high, whatever, like all these states that's legalizing weed, you're going to be high. Because when you're high, you're just going to want to love every damn thing. And so that raises the vibration. And that's why they don't want people to have marijuana. Because it raises your conscious vibration. It makes you want to love people. Understand that. So, we are close. I don't know no more to say here. I said this the other time saying we were close, but we definitely are really close this time. Its evidence is overwhelming. If I got to go do another fucking post on probability calculations, I could probably calculate the probability of how overwhelming it is that the evidence is to how close we are to victory. So understand that. Well, the people who are at 4D already gonna get taken to 5D with some marijuana. But like I said, this is almost, you know, we almost at the finish line. We almost can take a break from this war and live our life again. But our life gonna be totally changed exponentially from when it was. But it's gonna be a more adventurous life. You know, we're not gonna be restricted to the planet. We're gonna live our own adventure, be our own hero. Because there's gonna be a lot of opportunity out there. And y'all need to get prepared for that. This can drop any fucking day now. Don't look at these dates and look like they're written in stone. They can adjust that. Like I told you, we're in a temple war. So they can adjust that. And the way our conscious work, how it affect time, or what we experience as a timeline, well, our conscious can be affected in such a way that we can edit out, basically clip. You think of the timeline as a line, we can clip, you know, 2 sections of the timeline, clip it out, and glue those remaining sections that's been clipped together. Which means we can edit out this timeline where we at the fight for disclosure. We could suddenly be in the post-disclosure world, have no awareness of all the shit I'm doing, Safe is doing, all these other people are doing. They're trying to get disclosure. Disclosure Fest would never fucking had to happen because that timeline been edited out. That's how fluid time is. And that's how our consciousness can affect the timeline. So that's what we're dealing with here. Very complicated. We can totally not even remember the next tomorrow that we fought for disclosure. We already in the post disclosure. It can happen like that. That's where the Mandela effects were so common, because the timelines wasn't stable. People kept trying to create selfish based timelines, and those timelines basically died off like a branch on a tree. It didn't grow no more because of being overwhelmed by the greater conscious of the humanity. Yeah, in a blink of an eye, Roxanne. But yeah, that's what can happen. A lot of people are fearful and over, but a lot of people was in. Let's say everybody on the fucking planet was given some weed. You know, let's say the best weed. Let's say Loud or something, or whatever the other best weed out there. I don't know about Loud. It gets me high. But let's just say everybody was giving some Loud around the planet. Well, I told you that weed makes you want to love every fucking thing and be friendly and love. So that means the love vibration is going to suddenly increase with billions of people on the planet. And there's a lot of powerful souls incarnated among humanity. If it hits some of them, they're going to boost it even more. They don't want that. Why do you think they're always trying to fight hard to keep weed illegal? So understand that. I like your idea, Stephanie. We need to put THC in the chemtrails. But I don't think THC gonna act like rain. So you talking about it gotta rain down. It probably don't condensate like that. So it probably ain't gonna rain down. It might just be a gas and sit in the air. So I don't think it's gonna precipitate. I don't know, you might change the pressure of the atmosphere to make it participate as rain. So I don't know how that works. I don't know if you can rain THC down, they're gonna act like rain. Or have the consistency of water. But like I said, you need to understand this. We are really close to victory. And like I said, if everybody can be given some Loud on the planet, we can probably shift out of here. I'm talking about people in Gaza and Israel. We took all the balance off the planet. Peace every fucking way around the planet. You know, none of these fucking MS-13 killing people in Mexico. None of this bullshit happening any fucking way on the planet. And Corey Good not Corey Good. Dave Wilcox with Pacific told us by one of his insiders that this loose supply that they feed off, all these motherfuckers would just die and starve to death. The Dracos would die and starve to death if it was no violence, anger, hatred. It was just love all over the planet because they couldn't stay in the vibration. It would just die, would kill them because they so low vibration. So that's why they fight so hard to keep weed illegal. All these states all of a sudden want to legalize weed. That's a rebellion happening. That's what that is. That's a rebellion. So that's what you got to understand. You know, that's what the whole, even the weed starting to legalize in state, that's a sign that we about to get free. Because it raises your conscious vibration. So it raises your awareness. You know, you got to understand how important that is to us. And Emmy, that's why the Emmy don't want us, because they wouldn't give a fuck about people smoking weed if it wasn't beneficial. Look at alcohol. They don't try to go through those efforts to stop you from drinking alcohol. Alcohol lowers your conscious vibration. It's make you susceptible to entity possessions and entity attachments. You didn't know that because you don't know about spiritual war. So now I'm jumping to the spiritual war because I told you different layers of this war. Then I talked about the conscious war because other different wars too. There's mental wars and psychological wars. Well, I think that may be the same. But then the physical war. So you need to understand that. That's why they fight so hard to keep marijuana illegal. It's good for you. Look at all this evidence they finding where they can cure cancer and treat diabetes and stuff like that. This is bullshit. And they giving us this bullshit to keep those diseases and stuff in place. Because they don't give a fuck about saving us. They want us sick and dying, but they can keep the vibration low. With all the damn misery, trauma, pain, suffering. That keeps the vibration low. That's their goal, is keep the vibration low. For the Patal won't get free, and then they lose the ability to enslave third density. so they can have this little food supply they can keep sustaining. And there's a elaborate trap they're trying to set us up in. But understand that we're close to victory. With the idea of marijuana in multiple states being legalized, that means that's another sign we're close to victory. The idea MI6 is panicking because Pfizer. That's the idea the cabal is panicking all over the place. I mean, we're really close. So definitely be thankful, that we all getting close. I'm thankful that I found out we're in a temple war. Now I know what to look for when I was just confused too. So y'all gotta understand, I'm about to get off of here because I am tired. I gotta go to the plantation in the morning, so I'm gonna be gone all day. I gotta go I gotta go in at 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock my time. 12 o'clock afternoon to 8 o'clock at night. So all day I'll be gone. So I don't know if I'm gonna be up here later tomorrow night. So, but understand we are close to victory. The war is almost over. And contact, human contact, not the secret space program contacts with the ETs. Human contact, humanity contact. Now we already got contact happening, but I'm talking about open contact, where you seeing the motherfucker get visited by a Pleiadian. We don't gotta listen to his count or listen to no fucking regressions on the hypnotic regression. You actually physically seeing that Pleiadian over there, talking to him, where he ain't gotta come around and say, "Oh, I had a visit by some Pleiadians," and then I gotta go do regression and stuff and talk about and go to conference and lectures and talk about your fucking experience with this, and then you ain't got no evidence or pictures and nothing like. No, we got all that evidence. I'm talking about contact like that is about to happen. That's a first for humanity, since humanity, been created on this planet. So, with different groups, because the groups didn't all arrive at the same time. With some groups was earlier than others. It's 22 different genetics, but they all won't here at the same time. So basically, humanity been evolved and tinkered over the time of what we call humanity. But we are close to the finish line. This is almost over. There's gonna be new things to happen. And then some people talked about the AI thing getting probably Facebook got clean. Well, I still can't get live on Facebook, so the AI thing ain't been clean. That probably was the cabal tested how they gonna shut down the whole goddamn internet. Where they took Instagram down and Facebook, and it was YouTube. It's a pattern here because YouTube do not shut down like that. So this is the cabal doing this. They trying to sit there. They're gonna try to shut down the networks. When the bit stuff they don't want to drop. That's why we got to build our independent systems like faith. We got to build our own kind of Facebook and have their own infrastructure. We're going to support each other. This is the unity consciousness. This is the unified we need to do. We need to start supporting each other financially, physically, with our intelligence, sharing ideals, not competing, not trying to become the popular one, working together, cooperation. That's unity consciousness involving cooperation. That's a feminine trait, cooperation. Women are more cooperative than men because men got limits. Feminine women are connected to unconditional love where they don't want to have any limits. That's why a lot of empires get used and manipulated because they don't want to put up no boundaries. And they get taken advantage of and become a doormat. So that's what a woman would do if she don't got no masculine man in her life. She's going to become enslaved because there's no protector there. It don't mean the woman is weak. It's just her nature is different. She want to love because she connect to a heart chakra more. She want to love everybody. Even an evil person want to murder her children. So understand that. Okay, I'm about to get off of here. Y'all have a good night. And I see y'all when I see you.